what I'm dealing with.
But yeah, no, like I had visited a bunch of like small liberal arts schools. Not to say there's nothing wrong with those schools; they're great schools. But I had never thought about Cornell or like an Ivy League school, and it was like really here that they were like, listen, you try it. Like they made me make a big list of schools. I didn't have a list. I was just like, I'll apply to 3 schools. And that's it. I don't want to do all the essays. But we did this big list, and they really motivated me to try it, and you can't do it, honestly. Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Okay, what were your SAT scores?
I think they were like 1700.
Yeah.
That's not low.
That's low.
That is low.
Yeah. Right?
Like really serious. Compared to what that SAT guy told me.
It's okay, guys.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, compared to what people get in Cornell, it's low, yeah.
You're mine.
And you use those scores to get in, like
Yeah.
Motivation.
I was surprised because the SAT guy came and then he said, well, Princeton, has a SAT average of 2,200, and then I'm like,
well, that's true, but when you're inside the office of like these Ivy League schools, it's much more than just the SAT scores. It's a big part of how they evaluate your applications, but by no degree is your application disqualified because you have an SAT score that is in a lower quartile. So don't be discouraged if your SAT score isn't at the median range.
But do aim for the highest.
Yeah, do aim. Yeah, that's why you aim with use practice. Try to get as high as you can, but don't go stressed out if you don't get it.
Also, when they see that you've taken it multiple times and you keep raising each time, that's also.
I would just say, unless Andrew be too humble, his essay was amazing, and that was a big reason why he got into Cornell. It was one of the most amazing essays that I've seen.
And you wrote that overnight, right? You started that before and it got done? You just wrote it there? Okay.
I had a question for Andrew.
Yeah.
So I visited Cornell and I had been like for the summer, like you know how they have like the college they take classes there. And I heard it's really boring and there's not really much to do because it's in the middle of nowhere. So like what do you do?
Yeah. It's a different experience. I grew up in New York City. I lived in the Bronx my entire life. So obviously I was used to a very, urban landscape, a place where you can just take a train and go to see a movie, a poetry slam, or a museum or whatever. Cornell is not like that. It's very small. Ithaca is a very small town. There are things to do though at school. There are clubs. There's a big Greek scene over there. I don't know if that's something you're into. That's a lot of things you can do. But it's good because you learn a different part, of the country. You experience different things. Like I never saw a cow before. Never saw a donkey. And I got up there, and it was just like, I learned all these things, from being in that environment that I would have not learned had I stayed at New York City. So yeah, it's slow, but it's something that you can, adjust to, especially when you get there in classes. And to be honest, you're not gonna have too much time to want to do all that stuff anyway.
If you could go back and change one thing about, or one way of approaching the college admissions process, what would you guys do?
I wouldn't have cared so much about the interview. I was telling Maria my story. I was just so nervous, and the woman was so nice, and it is a smallest part of the application, so they're on the most important of it.
I did Questbridge early on and I got rejected, and so for the entire time between Questbridge and actual college decisions, I was like, I'm not going to get it anywhere, and I was super depressed. So just keep confidence, and once you send in your applications, there's not much you can do, so just enjoy the rest of your senior year.
Yeah, I did Questbridge also, and I didn't get into Yale the first time, and I did the second, so it's just, just keep trying. And also stay organized, because when you have like a long list of colleges, it starts to get jumbled after a while.
for me, it probably would have been, I didn't apply to as many schools as I should have. I had like a list of like 13, pressure from SJP. They were like, do it. And I was like, okay. But after a while, I was just like, I'm really tired and like super busy, and I was applying to a lot of scholarships. And so I cut down the list to like 6 schools that I would be like happy to get into. But now kind of looking back on it, I wish I had like applied to just a couple more IVs just to kind of, have a little bit more option. Even though I am very excited to start with the school, but just applied to a lot of schools.
On that note, I wish I had applied to more scholarships. I didn't apply to enough, and that's something that people tell you, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. But I really didn't take them like seriously. I was like, yeah, I'll handle it. Maybe I'll be successful after, and I'll pay off my student loans. It'll be fine. And now, like, I graduated, and I'm just like, okay, 6-month grace period, and I gotta pay them off. Like, I gotta start, and it's so scary, and it's like, okay, like I thought I had all the time in the world to figure it out, and I was like, oh, I'm so busy with school right now. I gotta graduate from high school first. I don't have time to apply to all these scholarships. So you have to make the time because it's gonna hit you before you know it, and you're gonna be in all this debt like me. So apply to scholarships as many as you can. Like as soon as you can. Like there's some that they have like the dumbest scholarships out there. Apply to like there was one for like left-handed people, and I was like, oh, I should do it, and I never did. Like so stupid. They have so many different kinds of scholarships. It can be really easy. They just want you to write something as an essay, and it can be a little bit of money, but if you apply to a lot of those, it adds up.
Or you could apply to the ones that give you everything. And if you look in, and I'll send you guys all like links to some of the bigger scholarships that like me and like some of my friends apply for. They all have the deadlines on there. It's normally like the end of the year.
And don't forget to check out local scholarships too, because I applied quite a few and I didn't get in. And then Penn offered me a large grant, but I still had a small portion that I had to pay. And then I got a local scholarship, so I finished freshman year with no loans, nothing. So.
That's another thing you guys have to remember. Don't be so turned off, and we talked about this already, by private schools, especially the Ivy. They usually give you a big grant, especially if you're a student that's from a low-income background, and you show that your parents don't make that much money. They're not going to be able to afford it. They usually are very generous with the grant. I received a really nice grant from Penn.
Don't forget FAFSA.
I forgot about those.
I would like to know, I know that what a few of you are majoring, but I would like to know, since this is such a diverse alumni, and we're such diverse newcoming alumni, I would like to know what you are majoring in. Why is that funny? I don't know. What's so funny?
Depressing.
I want to know what it's
I don't want it to end.
I'm majoring in literature and international studies with a concentration in film.
I majored in religion, and I got a certificate in African American studies.
I'm an English major.
I concentrate in sociology right now, and I'm in fact English right now.
I'm an English major too.
Alicia studies politics.
I was an English major with a concentration in creative writing.
English major, concentration in creative writing, and also studied music, concentration in jazz.
I'm undeclared, but right now it's communication and possibly psychology. I want to study social studies and anthropology.
I'm a political science major with a certificate in international relations. Thinking about majoring in history, but that subject's changed.
I study comparative religion.
I'm undecided, but I'm also pre-med, so if anyone has questions about that.
I'm doing Near Eastern languages and civilizations and minoring in neurobio.
Yes, that's
How do you think learning about journalism, well, there's some of you that are like English majors and stuff like that, but how do you think learning about journalism contributes to like all those different majors you guys went into?
For English, a lot of people, when I would tell them I'm an English major, they're like, what are you going to do with that, be an English teacher? And I'd be like, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to teach English, that's perfectly fine. But I would tell them, no, I want to be a reporter. And they would say, well, what does that have to do with your English major? And I would say, well, about, I study a lot of literature, I'm reading some of the most famous writers of all time, I'm learning how they wrote, that improves my writing, and I'm also learning how to think. And learning how to think really has a lot to do with how you report and how you approach a story and how you decide to tell it. So being an English major was amazing because I read all of the best writers, and you know, you really do learn how to kind of form your own way of writing, and you choose your own style, and you develop just a different mind when you read all of those amazing writers. You're open to a different world. So it was really useful for me. And my concentration in creative writing was also great because in the long run I would like to do feature writing, and I think that it's going to help me a lot because that's really my passion is that kind of writing. So it was great because I took a lot of nonfiction creative writing classes and a lot of nonfiction classes, journalism classes, and I did a lot of reporting there, and you're with some of the best professors, and you learn from other reporters even sometimes. I don't know if you guys know Dick Pullman, but he was one of my journalism professors, and like, it's so worth it. I love being an English major.
Also, like, I don't know, I guess I can speak for everyone more or less, but even if you don't major in like English or creative writing, the skills that you learn as a journalist are really, really helpful for your studies in terms of like research and analysis and like figuring out what's the most important thing, like writing a thesis. Like writing a paper is much like sort of it's differently formatted, but the process of thinking about how you're going to do it is much like thinking about how you're going to write an article. You sort of have to like do a lot of, be skeptical about your sources, keep digging for the right ones, sort of figure out how to write it creatively but not in a way that's too flashy. And I feel like those skills are really helpful for whatever subject I'm writing.
I'll add two things to that as well. For me, it wasn't so much about what